Okay. Let's just. Hello. Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Now, of course, I'm sitting at my desk and my nose starts to itch. And I haven't even cleaned up my desk from Sunday night's live.
Yeah, I haven't cleaned mine since last night's live. This desk is, you know what? I don't care. Like this is my life and I've got to embrace the fact that it is never going to be clean or
I
organized.
know.
It'd just be a different set of stuff.
Well, this is the sad part though, and it irritates me. And no, I mean it's my own fault, but you're crafting away and you got stuff falling on the floor and da 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 da, right? So George comes in last night. He comes back from the gym. He goes, "So how's your back?" Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like telling him, and he goes, "Well, you're not a spring chicken anymore." So I got up and I came over to my desk for some reason. I can't remember what it was for. There was something. Oh, he was looking for a pair of scissors. And this is what he says to me. So you just gonna walk through all that stuff?
Yes, yes, I
I
am.
I went, yeah, I was thinking about it. I said, I'll clean it up tomorrow. So of course, when I come running in here to get all hooked up, look at Lacey, you gotta leave mommy alone. Hers working.
Say hi, everybody. She wants to
Aw,
lay on my desk.
yeah. Um, so where was I? So, yeah,
Like,
so I just thought to myself, okay, well, I'll clean it tomorrow. And then today when I'm running in here, I'm thinking, oh God, I better sweep up that floor because if he comes home from work while I'm out, I'm going to get a text message. You were too busy to sweep up the floor.
okay, my husband has come in here and he's just like, babe, I'm gonna hurt myself coming in here. Then don't come in here.
Yeah,
This
That's
is
the
not your space,
that's the whole idea of it. We don't
right?
want you in here.
I mean, this isn't your space. I don't need your, I don't ever go into his garage or his space and critique anything
Do you
ever because I
imagine?
don't care. That is his space and I could care less. If I don't like it, I just don't go. Why do they feel the need to come into my space and start spouting anything other than I love you and you're the greatest thing on the planet? Like, that is all I need to hear. I don't care about how my floor is or what I have or don't have.
Hey, are
Or
you bragging that your husband says you're the greatest thing on the face of the earth?
no, I'm saying he should tell me that.
Oh, that's what he should be
Yes,
saying.
he should be saying these things, not critiquing
Gotcha.
what's on my floor.
Okay. I would agree with that.
No, my husband has not called me the greatest thing on earth. And if he did, I'd look at him and go, "You're a full ass liar."
I,
Like,
I I would say, and what drugs are you taking,
oh,
sir?
right? What do you want?
Yeah.
What do you really want?
Yeah. Exactly.
Because we know that is no truth to that.
No.
Uh, okay,
So what
everyone saw
is
my new kitty. That's
I
my new
know.
kitty, Lacey. Lazy
So cute.
girl. She is
So
very intrigued
stinking cute.
by the squirrels that are running around the front yard right now.
But you know what? So did Doodlebug, remember?
Yes. Oh, she's
Yes.
already like in the window. I had to raise the
Yeah.
thing up and the window's all open for her to sit in it. So
Yeah.
she is very, very, very happy kitty.
That's awesome.
And I'm a very, very happy person. And
So
people keep
adorable.
asking me, what would you do if Doodlebug comes back? I have enough room in my
Yeah.
heart for two cats to
Yeah.
crawl and love all over me. When I
Yeah.
went to adopt her, so it was at Petco, which is one of our big like pet stores.
Yeah.
And they were having an adoption event. So there was a lot of cats, kittens there to be adopted, and a lot of people were adopting cats, which made me feel so good.
Yeah.
But I told the lady, I said, if it wasn't for my husband, I really would be one of those cat ladies. I would really be adopting a whole bunch of cats
Yeah.
today. Like my house would just be full of cats.
I know. I know. Connor
So,
asked me last night. He came in when you were on your live, and of course, I guess he was in a sentimental moment. And you know, first off, he starts, "Do you get mad when I come into your live?" I said, "No, I don't get mad at all." I said, "If as long as you're respectful, like everybody else, I don't care." And He says, "Oh, okay." And he goes, he says to me, "Oh, by the way," he goes, "I wanted to ask, are you ever going to get another cat?" Oh, no, no,
Lorie, like, no.
no, no, sorry, Bob. Oh my God. Um, and he says, "How come?" And I said, "Well, one, we're too old. I don't,
You don't want a cat to outlive you.
yeah." I said, and to be honest, there's a house full of love dogs to love. We don't need another animal.
Right.
I said, Papa and I, once he retires, plan on doing some trips and whatever, and I just don't want to leave him alone, the cat, right? Well, he's
Hmm.
with us, so he gets all, you know,
Oh, does he want a cat?
yeah. No, I think he likes the idea of Dean being down here and he can come and
Yeah.
visit it whenever,
Yeah.
but he loves his dog too much. There's no
Okay.
way. But anyway, that was the conversation. And then he looks up and he goes, "Is that your friend?" And I went, "Yeah." And he goes, "I could tell by her voice that she's from somewhere different." I went, "Oh yeah,
Somewhere
it's
different.
different, all right."
That's so funny. From somewhere different.
Somewhere different. So yeah. So anyway, that was kind of that. And yeah, your live was fun last night.
Thanks. I'm having fun with that. So I'm
I do
having
like the lives because you can interact right then and there with everybody, and I like that.
yes.
Um, I don't,
I love the lives. They don't do it's a YouTube problem, not a me problem.
yeah,
As far as like pushing stuff out and whatever. Now, if
yeah,
I had like, 100 people on my lives or and comments are going crazy, YouTube would push that out more. But
yeah,
it's not. So I also need the just standalone
yeah,
videos for people to watch. So YouTube starts being like, oh,
yeah,
there she is. Because
yeah,
they treat them as two different things.
yeah.
So analytics are totally different. How things get pushed out is totally different. So you have to make the YouTube gods happy. But you don't know what
I'm.
makes them happy, right?
I
So
was
you're
just
just
gonna
like
say
sitting there
I'm sick
going,
of trying to figure out what makes them happy. To be honest, it's too much.
uh, it is a lot. So anyway, I've been having fun with this journal. So I have decided, and
You've decided.
I have decided, and we'll see how fast that just changes. Okay, so y'all heard it here first. But going into the new year, I am going to start a journal and finish a journal, whatever that means. Like, I'm going to say, okay, I'm doing a black and white journal. Okay. I'm just saying that because it's easy. So I'm going to start the journal, and every video is going to be something about that journal until it's finished.
Is that yeah?
Because I have so many unfinished journals, so many unfinished, so many things that I'm, whatever. And it takes up a lot of space to have so many different things in the works.
Yeah,
So I'm just going to say, okay, we're doing this. And because there's enough different things that can go in that journal that can be new, interesting, whatever. But I'm still finishing that journal because I did that
yeah,
with the bee journal and I got it finished a whole lot faster than I have doing it this other way. So
yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Because I
See,
can
and
show you different techniques of different things, but it's for that journal.
yeah,
Instead of me saying, okay, let me show you all the things you can do with napkins, it's like, okay, we're going to do these things for this journal using napkins
mm-hmm.
and do it. I just need to be more mindful of what I'm doing. I need lotion. That's why I'm like messing with my hands. Now, am I going to be able to find lotion? I know it's here somewhere. Up there it is.
So for me, I'm thinking like I don't know what to do with the journals after I've done.
Well, I'm gonna
And
sell some of mine. Some of mine I'm keeping, like this Christmas what I'm doing, I'm keeping because I want to write in it. And it's Christmas cards that were given to me. So
mhm,
there's, things in there like personal, sentimental, whatever. So that's what I'm gonna use that one for is for myself. But other ones I'm gonna sell if I'm not gonna use them. Because not everybody wants to make journals, but they love journals. That makes
Yeah.
sense. As far as go. I
You're
don't know.
you're hilarious. All I hear is you lathering yourself up, and
Okay. Did you really hear all that?
I did.
Oh my gosh. This microphone picks up the weirdest.
That's
Some things
that's
it picks
why I
up,
thought
others
I'd
it doesn't.
mention it in case people who aren't watching are
Oh
wondering
yeah.
what
Well, I
that.
said I needed to put lotion on. My
Oh,
hands
that's
are
true.
so dry.
I know.
God,
That's
so dry. Like
it's
they were
winter here.
bothersome.
Everything's dry. I go get my mop cut tomorrow, and I don't know when I'm fitting it in. I have to go because I'm going in 12 days on vacation.
I know. I'm
So I don't
happy
have,
for you
oh yeah.
because I know from this point until you hop on that ship or the airplane, because once you get on the airplane, you're scot-free
Hmm.
and just enjoy. Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters except for me.
But this week I was supposed to start double filming
Yeah,
for when I go away, and I haven't even filmed for this week. Like what I'm supposed to do.
you could.
I cannot get my crap together if my
And it's
life
not
depended
just
on it.
that though. You are being pulled in a lot of different directions by a lot of different people.
I know. I know.
And that's just the truth. And you know what? Those things right now are more important than your filming. Filming is important, your people are important, but your people know and understand. December is always this way for you because you do the hamper program, which is a very noble and good cause. And they need
Hmm.
someone like you to make sure it gets done right because God help me if it was up to the people that were there.
I know.
A toddler would be getting Legos and, whatever. People would be getting the wrong stuff. So it is important for you to do what you're doing right now.
Well, if it was up to the men, all the toy there wouldn't be toy boxes at all. Because
See?
they think food's more important, not toys. And my fight was okay, well, if people can't afford to feed themselves, how are they going to buy their kid a toy?
Yeah. And it's the people who are giving are so generous. I mean, there's a lot of stuff there for these kids, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I
So
don't
what
have the
is our
timer.
topic today?
Our topic today is Stephanie needs to get the timer up.
Oh,
Um, our topic today is random questions. Do-do-do-do. Oh,
boy,
hold
do
up.
I have questions for you.
Oh, you're so mean. I can't wait. You're not mean. I have questions for you too. Oh, they're right here. I just copied and pasted because I feel like I started to write and I'm like, you are so stupid. You are not going to write all this stuff down.
I did.
So
Because
I copied and pasted and then I typed in the ones that I couldn't find that I wanted to ask. But yeah,
okay, so can we just I have a little story before we start.
go.
I went I went in to get hubby some razor blades. Okay. The razor blades, the razor blades, the cost of them almost sent me on my rear end. I could not believe it. Okay. So I'm not even going to go diving into that because we've already had a great big bitch fest talking about that. So to make myself feel better, I went and got myself some fudge.
Good for
So
you.
if you're wondering what I'm picking at, it's a little piece of fudge.
Good job. Enjoy your
Okay.
fudge.
Okay. So I'm going to start
You start.
and I'm going to ask you a good question.
Okay, a good one.
Well, I think they're all good, but let's see. Okay, Mrs. Collins,
Oh no.
how often do you daydream? And if you do, what about?
Okay, for all those
I
for all
was
those
just,
just
we have
listening, I
not
am
died.
here.
Okay.
I am still here. Um, I don't know. I don't know the last time I actually just daydreamed. Every thought, every whatever is about my business or what I'm doing next.
Yeah, but don't you daydream about that, or what if this happened, or the baby or the kitty or the like, you don't, your mind doesn't wander onto other things?
It wanders, but I don't know. Is that daydreaming? I always thought daydreaming was like, oh, what if, or,
Okay, maybe we need to decipher what the
yeah, what is
definition of,
daydreaming? Like
I
my
think,
thoughts go 100 miles an hour all over the place, but
okay,
most of the time it's about my business.
what does daydream mean, Siri?
Well, no,
Daydream. Okay?
we
A series of pleasant thoughts that distracts one attention. OMG, it went off. I does it not know I'm old and I don't read as fast as the young guns? Anywho, it's just wandering off and thinking about pleasant things, and so you have to do that. Come on, you're a
Okay,
human being.
so I will tell you the biggest thing that my mind wanders off to is crafting ideas.
Really?
Yeah. Like that's
Oh.
honestly what I think about when I go to sleep at night is I wonder if
Wow.
yeah, because I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that makes me a good, bad person. I don't know what that makes me because it's
Nothing makes you a bad person.
not my kids or my grandkids. I mean, I do
Listen,
think about them here and there, but if I were to sit there and say, okay, when my mind wanders off and I'm thinking about whatever, it really is about, the next crafting thing I want to do.
okay. So I'm gonna jump off the ledge and tell you what my daydreams are. It's about my bed and getting into it. And when am I going to be able to get into it again? So I think about that. I think about stuff like, oh, I would really like to go and I don't know, because we're looking at trips and stuff, and I'm daydreaming about I would love to go to Portugal. He won't go to
Really?
Portugal.
Why?
Mm. I don't know, it just looks so beautiful.
No, why won't
Italy.
he go?
Oh, he doesn't like any of that. He doesn't. Okay, let's be truthful. He doesn't want to be on a plane any longer than 4 to 5 hours. If we have to go somewhere that's a full day plane ride, or no, we're not going.
That's so weird that there's like
Oh,
that limit. Like if
don't
you're gonna
even.
be on a plane with different now I would struggle, but I also struggle with flying. I mean, I don't even like to be on a plane for 5 minutes. So I that's a totally different story. He doesn't mind flying.
No, has to be within 4 to 5 hours,
That is so
or else he's
interesting.
not going.
Huh.
So that's that. So I'll ask you another one.
Okay.
Um, what food combo do you eat that others cringe at?
I don't know because I'm not an adventurous eater. I can tell you what my husband thinks is disgusting that I eat, and that's cottage cheese.
Okay. Well,
Now, if we want to talk about food combo, I like cottage cheese and hard-boiled eggs together.
okay, yeah, that's disgusting.
But so much protein. I don't know why. Now, I will say since I had COVID, I haven't been able to eat that. It doesn't taste like it used to. There's a lot of things that I can't eat anymore because they don't taste. It's not that they taste bad, they just don't taste
No,
right.
yeah.
So uh like I cannot eat bananas. I used to love bananas. I cannot eat a banana to save my life now. It just tastes
Wow.
disgusting. It's weird. Other things, I like beans in my salad. Also like fruit and nuts in my salad with beans.
That's not too bad. I like that
No,
too.
I don't. I mean, aside from like the cottage cheese, and that was the thing, I used to like. I I'm not an adventurous eater, so I don't do like weird stuff.
So I love liver and onions with mashed potatoes, and nobody in this house likes it. So I haven't had it in years. So maybe that's a daydream I'll have today.
True about liver and onions. So my husband loves meatloaf, and he has not had meatloaf since we've been married because I cannot stand meatloaf. I tell him I'll make it for him. I don't mind cooking him meatloaf, but I'm not going to eat it. I cannot eat meatloaf. It's a texture. So he
It's
hasn't had
just like
meatloaf.
biting into a hamburger. I don't
No,
get
it
it.
is not.
Oh, it
It's
is.
it is wet and spongy and
How do you make your meatloaf?
okay. Well, I don't because I haven't made meatloaf because
Oh,
whatever. But I'm just saying. But I think honestly, if we go back, I think my mother actually ruined me on a whole lot of foods the way she cooked
oh,
them. So I'm just gonna blame her for that.
yeah. Well, that works out good. Okay, do you have one for me?
Oh yes.
Oh, yes. I'm
um,
scared.
what is your favorite body part about yourself?
That is the meanest one.
It
I
is
don't
not. What is your favorite body part? It could be anything. The thing that you say, okay, this is
used to be my fingers, but now they're not.
okay.
I don't have a favorite body part. I'm going to be honest, I don't. I can find
And that's
fault
okay.
in absolutely every single strand of hair that I have on my head.
That yeah,
I
I watched
don't.
you just cut him right off, be like, you're in my way. God.
I know. I have no patience. Well, when I'm
Okay.
sitting here and it's dangling and it's tickling my nose, and I swear to God, I watch back these podcasts, okay, on YouTube, and the whole time I'm either sitting like this or I'm doing this. Like,
And I'm doing this.
uh,
Or I'm like rocking all back, all getting comfortable, and then I know do or this or I know I switch. What do you do?
I don't know. I don't know what the proper thing is. We don't have a studio. Like, I look around
Okay,
and I think, dear Lord, how about you clean up?
even if I had a studio, I would still not like my body doesn't do well because if we're not podcasting and we're just zooming, we're crafting, we're
We're
doing
busy.
stuff, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm concentrating on that right now. I'm just seeing myself and I'm just like or whatever. Um okay, so you don't have a favorite body part.
I don't, sadly.
Mine is my hair. It used to be my
That's a
eyes.
body part?
Well, yes, your hair is on your body. People get hair transplants. It is a
All
body
right.
part.
Okay. Well, good for you. I like your hair too, actually.
A lot of
Do
people
you
love my hair,
do you
so
remember when you were changing it over to that?
oh my God.
That was a
Poor
struggle.
poor Lorie. I made
That
her life so miserable.
no, you didn't. But
Because
that
all
was
I
a
could talk
struggle.
about was the struggle every day. I'm like,
Yeah.
can you see this? Do you see
It's
this?
see the
It's
purple? Do you see the
see
orange? Do you see
this
the
all the things. Like I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna cut it all off. I'm gonna do that. Oh my God, I can't wait. Because growing it out was the most painful thing. Not
yeah.
physically painful, but mentally
Yeah.
painful. Because I am walking around with freaking clown orange hair because I wasn't going to dye it. So I was letting it all grow out natural. Oh, it was so awful. The
Look
day
at
I went and got that last haircut that cut all the orange off was the best day of my life. It beats my
but
kids'
look at you
porn.
now.
I know. Well, it's hard to tell with these stupid headphones on, but so yeah, that is my favorite body part
Hmm.
is my hair.
That's awesome.
All right, moving on. If you could teach a class on one thing, what would you teach?
Okay. I think what I'm famous for in all
Look, she's made
walks.
herself famous already.
Well, I say that as a jest, but it's true that a lot of people, and once I say it, you're good. I think you'll probably say, "Yeah, I know what you're talking about." But
Okay.
I have a very good um, way of looking at the flip side,
Oh, yes.
devil's advocate. And I think I would teach that because I think a lot of
Oh,
people only look like this. They don't see the big picture. They don't take what the other person might be thinking or could be thinking, or, you know what I mean? It's just a straight, you know, what's the thing I want to
tunnel
judgment,
vision.
right? It's like, nope,
Yeah.
that's the way it is. No, but they listen. And I'll give you a little example of that. It's, losing Elizabeth was very difficult, still is. And I would always have to tell Megan because although she's mom, she had to realize that everybody grieves at different times, different stages, different, you know
Mhm.
what I mean? So
And in
one
different
day,
ways.
yeah, I said, and I would say to her, okay, well, okay, yeah, Brad was XYZ. Okay, maybe he had a rough day. I said, maybe it was his day, just like last week was yours. Maybe he's not doing well today
Hmm.
because of, maybe he's feeling all the feels today. Maybe and
And
he's not
men
going
do
to tell
not
you.
express it
And
like
as I
women
said, he's
do.
not going to tell you. And she looks at me and she goes, "Oh, I never thought of that." I said, "It's the same thing with Connor. It's the same thing. We're all going to come hit points where it's going to bother us more
Hmm.
than it
Others.
would than others at that point in time.
Right.
When you're feeling it, maybe Brad isn't feeling it and he can't understand why you're so upset and pissy and whatever. But anyway, let's get off of that subject. I think I'm going to call it my superpower. I am able to look at the big picture and the flip side of things and try and see the other side of the story before I go all judgmental.
That is a good
So,
thing. And I will say, since knowing you and since meeting you, I have done that more.
have you?
Like, I mean, I may still say, okay, this is where I stand and how I feel, but I
Mm-hmm.
definitely can see how the other side thinks and feels about this. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, I just did it the other day because there's a whole situation going on that I am not going to get into because I'm not that kind of problem. I'm not that kind of problem or person. Um, but and I am total in agreement with this side, but I can see the flip side.
Yeah.
I can see how this all came about. Now, how it was treated and done and whatever was wrong, but I understand
Yeah.
how there was the how it started. I mean, I understand
And
that.
see,
So,
sometimes, and this is what I try to say to people when we're talking about situations, is sometimes if you can see the other side of the coin, it doesn't make it as bad as if you're just seeing it the way you want to see it.
right. Yeah,
So,
because there's always two sides to a story.
yeah,
Always.
yeah,
Always two sides to a story. And you have to keep that in mind when you are being judgmental.
yeah,
Okay, what was that question? Oh, if you could teach one thing. So for
yeah.
me, I would teach etiquette and manners to the whole world.
Seriously? What am I?
Hold hold a door open when you see someone coming. Okay? If you need to be on your phone in the grocery store, I got you. Just stand over to the side, like pick an empty aisle and move out of the way. Those little bitty things that just set me right off the deep end. It's rude.
Yeah,
Think about other think about the people around you and not just yourself. You know what I'm saying? Though when I say like etiquette and manners, thank you, please. Those kinds of things, you
mm-hmm.
know, need to be taught. They are not being taught and nobody is doing them. And oh my gosh, I just can't even see my grandkids even.
Yeah,
Like they're not bad, but and I'm just gonna put it out there, they're not being taught Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. It's what? Huh? No. What do you say?
Yeah.
What do you say? Because that's going to translate into getting your first job and
Yeah.
having respect for your, you know what I'm saying? Like it's respect and
Yeah.
it's not being taught.
No,
And
it's
it bothered. So if I could teach one thing, it would be etiquette and manners. You
good
chew
for
with your
you.
freaking mouth closed. Okay. And if you can't, then you need to move away from people. Okay. If you have a medical condition, because Kenny cannot breathe out of his nose, he just can't. And so that
Yeah.
man sounds like a cow chewing on a cud. Oh my God. Like, move away or stop breathing while you chew. Like, I don't know
Oh
what to
my
tell you.
God.
But it's like, but aside from medical issues where you can't,
Yeah.
but chew with your mouth closed. Don't smack on gum. Like, it is those little things that are rude. They're just
Yeah.
rude. They're just rude.
Yeah.
Excuse me. If
I
you
think
if you
it's
bump into somebody, oh sorry, excuse me. It's an acknowledgement instead of just bumping. You know how many times oh my gosh, in the stores, why don't people? And people just run right in front of your basket or they bump into you and don't say a word. I'm like, oh my God, I must be invisible. And I do. I say that so freaking loud because it sets me right off the deep end. It's like, oh, I must be invisible. I'm not even here. Carry on. So I would teach manners and
see,
etiquette.
I'm very sarcastic in situations like that. I'll go, oh, I'm sorry. Was my cart in your way? Was I in your way?
My bad. So yeah, I would teach the world not to sing. Somebody's already done that. Coca-Cola. I would teach the world etiquette and manner, just basics. I don't care what fork you eat with, but I want you to say please and thank you. And
Yes.
so that's what I would teach.
Okay.
Did I already do two?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Here's one. And this, I even tried to ask myself this question.
Oh, these are hard when you do that.
If you were stranded on an island, how long would you survive? A deserted island.
So it's just me.
Just you.
Oh hell, I'd make it work.
I
I'd be like,
I
okay, God,
come
thank
on
you.
now. No.
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest, and I'm not trying to make this difficult, but it really does depend on what kind of island and what resources the island has. So let's just say the island has, resources
Like,
like uh fruits that you can eat, berries, that kind of thing. Uh a fresh water stream. So most islands are surrounded by salt water. You can't drink salt water. So a fresh stream, those things. So if it was an island that had the basic things, I think I could survive maybe a month or two.
yeah. Uh, not me.
Like I would
I can't climb a tree to get a banana. There's no way I can.
no, but you
You know,
would
I could
find
only
sticks and fashion something to like
a tree.
beat it down.
No. How are you going to fashion a stick to get all the way up to a tree, Steph? I
Okay,
think
well,
this is one of the daydream things that you're having because
I would
there's
find
a,
the berries then to eat or
okay, I
leaves.
could forage around. Obviously, there's not going to be any fresh water because it's a island in the middle of the water.
Yeah, but
So,
the islands have fresh water. The ones with
okay.
waterfalls are fresh water.
Okay, well,
I'm trying to teach you how to survive in
Steph
case that happens.
Steph is looking at the big picture, like I just said, and is hoping to God that this thing is a big, gigantic island that
I need
she
it to
can.
be an oasis, okay?
Okay, okay. Well, I'm picturing the complete opposite. I'm picturing wild animals that are coming at me on the beach water every night. I'm picturing, nothing to, I don't have anything on me to catch a fish. Um,
You make
I
a
don't,
spear out of a
uh-huh.
stick.
How do you do that? How are you going to make the spear?
You get a stick. They have
And do
trees.
what? And
And
do
then
what?
you get a rock and then you rub it until it comes to a point. And
Okay.
then you have a spear. You
You think
asked how
that's
long I could survive. Those are the things I could do.
okay? Well, you'll survive longer than me. I'll sit on the edge of the beach and cry until I die.
No,
It
I would be
reminds me,
so angry that I was there that that would fuel me to like, I'll show you.
this reminds me of a comedy show I seen one time, and they ask questions of each other.
Yeah.
And one of the questions was this kind of question. If you and your dog got stranded on an island, um, how would you be able to eat your dog to stay alive? The guy come back and goes, yes. And the guy says, really? You could? He goes, I'm stranded at 9 o'clock in the morning. By 12, I've killed the dog and I'm eating.
Okay, I would wait a little
So,
bit longer.
so that just goes to show you that that would be like, I'd be reaching up my hand, say, dear God, like take me now, because if one more bug bites me, if
That's the thing. It's gonna put
if
Lorie right off the deep end of bugs. Okay, I would
right,
say that would like
I
flip me
there's no
out. I would
way.
have a hard time.
So yeah, that
Bugs
would
I
be
could deal with. It's like the
oh,
snakes and
oh.
the yeah. Okay, well now my island is not inhabited by those
Okay,
creatures.
so Steph's designing her own island that she's gonna get stranded on, and she had the nerve to say, "I don't daydream. I don't daydream. I only think about crafts."
Okay, well, I think about things when they're put in front of me. I'm not over here thinking about how to survive a deserted island ever.
Okay.
Oh, that's so funny.
Well,
Okay,
I can
let's
tell you, I'll probably be thinking about it more now.
and I'm gonna message you, be like, oh, I thought about it. This is what I would do on my island.
Okay, so this one's easy, and I think you'll be
Okay.
able to answer this one like
Okay.
that's sweet.
All
You
right.
ready?
I'm ready.
What's simply too difficult?
Life.
Oh, my Lanta.
Okay, aside from that, like that can't be my answer. What is simply too cleaning up after my damn self in my craft room? It is too hard. I don't
It's
know
hard.
why, but
I
it's so hard.
I rather, I told Steph a little story before we got on, and it was um, Sunday Night Live. I'm crafting away here, and little bits of whatever's landing on the floor. And the other night, last night, hubby comes in, asks me for a pair of scissors. Now, I don't let him touch my scissor collection, okay? So he only gets what I give him. I have
Yes.
to ask him what it's for, and, what are you going to use it for, right? Anyway, I got up and I walked over here to my desk to get him a pair of scissors. And he looks at me and goes, just going to walk through all that dirt? You're not
Yes.
going to sweep it
Yes, I
up?
am.
Uh-huh. Because I haven't cleaned my craft area up since Sunday night. I've been too busy.
It's
So, of course,
hard.
it is simply too hard.
It
Too
is.
hard to get organized. Too hard to, like,
My problem is I can get organized and staying that way. So I'll
yeah.
have Jen come over and we will get organized. I will have my stuff done. And then I bring in new stuff or I make new stuff or I pull
Mhm.
out stuff. And then what am I supposed to do?
Supposed to go back where you got it from.
That's hard.
It is very hard. I know. I feel you, sister.
Okay, so did I answer that properly?
You did. So that was your two questions.
Okay, so here we go. Where is it? I did this one. If you had someone following you around all day, what would you have them do?
Oh, like
Yeah, just like
a
somebody.
servant? Like a
Sure,
servant.
sure, we'll call them that. Just somebody following you around all day long. What would you have them do?
Oh my gosh, so much.
Yeah, They'd be exhausted.
I would like, okay. On TikTok, there's this Chinese lady that walks around and has this guy following her. She's supposed to be rich or whatever, and his name is Taka, uh, Takati or something like that. So
Uh-huh.
I go, Takati, go do the laundry, go make the beds, um, drive me to the bank, go and pack some boxes over at the Lions Club.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Like I would all everything. Cook dinner, get ready dinner for everybody when they all come home tonight. Because I'm not doing it, I'm out. Uh,
Takati's here.
Takati, get moving, buddy. You got a shitload of
Okay,
stuff to
but you
do.
only have a day, so you better like make it go. You better make this work.
Oh, okay. Oh, so I only have a day with him.
Yeah, you only have a day. If you could follow someone followed you around
Oh, that's the
for
different
one day,
story.
what would you do?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I don't know. There'd be so much to do. Build him, I would get him to build me a she shed.
One day.
After he's finished the laundry and all that stuff. Go build go build a she shed.
Shelves and all, buddy. No
Yeah,
skimping out. Like,
right.
here's the blueprint.
So yeah, that's kind of
That's so funny.
that's my daydream.
I would definitely, they would be in here and they would organize this stuff and rearrange it. And I,
For what though? For you to pull it all apart and end up in square
hey,
one.
I would have a day that'll look good. Okay. Stop taking my day away.
I'm not taking your day. I'm trying to think you only have a day.
Oh, you know what? No. I'm going to change my answer. I need someone
Okay.
to come in here and build me an entire module. My biggest problem is I don't have the proper and the right amount of storage. So I
So what
end
did
up just, making things work, but they really don't. And that's why it makes it more difficult to put it away because I have to, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I
remember
know.
that the lady that I showed you on Instagram,
Yeah.
like her room. If I had her
Oh
room,
yeah.
see every alphabet letter has a bin. Everything has a place
Yeah.
that I think I could do. So someone has to build that for me.
Okay. Well, that's good.
And then I'll hire Jen to, come do the rest.
Come and clean it after I've played in it.
Yep, that's it. Okay. Um, what do you think other people notice first about you?
My resting bitch face. I'm not joking. Because
Oh,
I
that's so
do.
funny.
I have what's called resting bitch face. And it's not because I'm a bitch. It's my eyesight's not that great, so I find I squint a lot. So when I squint a lot, it's almost like I'm second guessing somebody, like and that's not it. It's because I can't probably see your face. I'm trying to make you out.
That's so
But
funny.
but yeah, that's what it is. I'm not a very, how can I say this? I,
Approachable.
I'm a friendly person when I get to know somebody and you know what I mean? And if you walk up to me and you're friendly and whatever, I'm friendly right back. But if
To
someone
just
is
look at
standing,
you.
if somebody's standing off at a distance and says, Lori's over there. Let's go see Lorie. And then they're all standing there going, she's gonna eat us. Because that's the way I look. I look crusty all the time.
Okay.
That's the truth of
The
that's
funny thing is I've never seen you not on Zoom. So I don't know what you actually look like. If I were just to like see you across the room, like I don't know what that would look like. Because I've
it'd be
never like I've
okay.
always seen you like this.
So this is the way it would be.
I feel
I'd
like
be,
I'm there.
there you go. So when you see me, you'll know. Okay, I see that face, but I know she's cool.
Okay, so when I pick you up from the airport, you're like, I'm like, okay, she's really okay. She's not
Yeah,
gonna
she's
eat me.
okay. She just needs to say hi. Hi.
Okay,
Anyway, that's the truth of the matter. And I
that's
have
awesome.
more than enough people tell me about that. So
I
I'm
get
I'm I'm well aware of my
it.
faults, and that's one of them. Uh,
So I think the first, aside from my hair, because that really is the first thing people say about me, it's like, oh, I love your hair. So aside from my hair, because when it's fixed, it really is beautiful. Um, aside from my hair, I think the first thing that people are gonna notice is that I won't make eye contact. It's not that I have resting bitch face, because I will do everything to avoid having to see anybody's face. So I am unapproachable. I look unapproachable. I'm not.
yeah. See, that's the thing.
You can approach me, but I don't know. It's so hard.
I'm
It's like
not
I will be
one.
there, but I am like shrunken down on the
Yeah.
inside, so super tiny. I try to make myself very small. Um,
That's why it was so difficult for me to go to that conference. It's difficult to me for me to go to places where I know there's going to be a lot of people because I'm not the kind of person to walk into a crowd and start introducing myself. Hi,
no.
you know what I mean? No.
And as
Uh,
a business owner, I have to do that in certain situations, and I want to vomit. Like it is so hard.
yeah,
And
see,
it's a me thing. It's not the people.
no,
The
absolutely
people are
not.
100% perfectly normal and
Yeah,
fine. I am not normal or fine. So it is a me thing.
I'm a
Now
weirdo.
once I warm up in the room and I get to know people and talk to people, then I'm okay. Like
100%.
yes, we can have this conversation while I'm walking to go to the bathroom or to get food or what, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But until that point, I'm just like,
yeah. Blend right into the
yeah,
wall.
I am a wallflower if there ever was one.
Yeah.
So,
So, yeah, that's me.
okay, so my next one, um, what was your favorite TV show growing up?
My favorite TV show. Oh my gosh.
Like growing up.
I don't even remember TV show growing up. I don't know. Starsky and Hutch?
Ooh,
I
I
don't
did
know.
like Starsky and Hutch and Pooh Bear.
Yeah, that one. And oh, I used to like Hawaii Five-O,
The original.
the original. Yeah, not psychopaths that they call themselves today.
Like,
But yeah, to be honest, I didn't really watch a lot of TV.
yeah, it really, I mean, it
It
was like
wasn't,
after dinner is when you got to
yeah,
watch TV.
it
Anything
wasn't a
before
lot.
that.
Like when I spent most of my time on the phone with my friends. We used to have such thing as back in the day called I can't remember what it was called, but it was like it was a thing where you dial a number and it's like a almost like a Zoom but for phone calls.
Oh yeah, you
Everybody would
had
be, what was it
a
called?
party line.
Party line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where all the people shared the
Yeah.
line.
So we just chat on there and so
But
yeah,
those were
I
also
did.
the ones where you could pick up and listen to other people's
Yeah.
conversations.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Good old days. But yeah, that's I really didn't watch a whole lot of I
TV.
don't, yeah. I mean, I think I used to watch Addams Family when I
Hmm.
was really young, and I think that's why I love the Wednesday
Oh yeah,
series. You know
yeah,
that
yeah.
because I really like that whole. But yeah, I that's about it. I don't think there was anything that was. Then I was too busy with drum corps half the time, so I wasn't really.
So when I was younger, it was Little House on the Prairie. That was just my
Oh,
favorite
yeah.
because
See,
I wanted to be Laura Ingalls so bad. But when you grow up in a rough house, like you're just that's you just look at that and be like, Now that's what I would daydream about.
Yeah, so you know how
Being Laura
I
Ingalls.
yeah, you know how I always say I don't watch sad things because I don't need help crying? That
Uh-huh.
was one of them.
Oh, but it was
I never liked anything that was too sad that was like, oh my God, like this is gonna make me cry and
they're
I'm
they're
out.
heartwarming. It wasn't sad. They were just like almost Hallmarkish.
Yeah, I don't watch those either.
No, I don't either. But so that was one of, and I read all the books. Um, what else was like one of my favorites that I was just like, had to watch it. Oh no, that's the only one that really sticks out. I mean, I did watch other things,
Hmm.
but it was things that like your parents watched. And not necessarily, I mean, that was what was on TV and that was all that there was. So you just watched it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So I don't know that I would say that I loved it or enjoyed it even per se, because my parents watched some weird crap.
yeah.
But Little House on the Prairie was like that thing that just stands out to me. So was that my two? Have I done
That's why
two?
you're so wholesome.
Um oh, I did do two. Okay, it's your
Okay.
turn.
Um, what is something you just completely don't understand?
People. Okay. Aside from that, like if something I really don't understand. Okay, so aside from people, society, I'm gonna keep it to a thing.
Yeah,
Um, I really do not understand how cars work. I understand the premise. I understand that you put gas in and it goes.
yeah.
Okay, but as all the inner workings and you have to have this for that, that is befuddles me to no end. Like I don't understand how all the things go and work. I can tell you all about the human body. I can tell you how those things work, but ask me what a transmission does, I don't know. It makes the car go into gear. But how does it really? I don't know.
But do you care?
I don't. But it's one of the but the only reason I bring that up is because Kenny is a gearhead. He loves cars and all the things. His dream, if he I need to tell him his dream is to be a mechanic. Maybe he can do that when he retires. So I need to write that down. Um, but he I like all of those things to the point where we're going down the road. He's like, oh, that's a 1940 or 50 or 60 or 70, or that was the year before this. I'm like, how do you know? Well, the headlights are different. Every headlight looks the same to me.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
that I don't understand that. I mean, there's a gazillion things I don't understand, but that's the first thing that popped into my head.
Okay,
I
so
again,
my,
aside from people in society,
yeah, oh, that's a big thing. I think that's a global
right? So
not
I don't
understanding. I
understand
think that's an
our
issue
world.
for
Yes,
everybody.
but if I just want to
Um,
keep it to a thing or a
yeah.
something, I don't
Well,
understand
when I
that.
read that question, I thought, okay, Laurie, what is yours? And do you want to know what mine is?
What?
I want to know if you could guess.
I don't understand. What was the question again?
What's something you completely don't understand? Okay, I'm going to tell you.
I was gonna say, does that have to do with people or just something
No,
else?
no.
Okay, go.
This is embarrassing to say, okay? So no judgment.
No
I
judgment.
I don't know how measurement works. I can't
Oh my gosh, I need to buy you
I
that
can't
ruler.
I can't figure out like when someone says to me, "Oh, Lori, you got to cut that at 4 and 5/8." Yeah, I'm out. I don't. I don't know what that means, and that you know, Georgia says to me all the time. I'll take my ruler in and I'll say, "Okay, I need to cut something that's 4 and 5/8. Show me where 4 and 5/8 is." And he starts to show me, well, you gotta go. I said, look, just point to it. I don't understand it. Point to the line that I have to cut to and be done with it because your girl here doesn't know. I don't know what you're talking about. It goes in one ear, right out the other. He goes, well, it's really very simple. I said, for who? Because it's not me. So that I completely don't understand it.
I don't either. So let's just say I don't understand math. Numbers, the moment you start putting numbers, if it's beyond like addition or subtraction, I
Mhm.
know how to multiply, but if and I know how to divide. Now I have to do the whole long division thing or use a calculator. But if it goes beyond that, I'm out.
Yeah.
And I'm the same way with measurements. I couldn't tell you what 5/8 was, and
Yeah.
that is why I have this ruler. And it tells you every
Oh,
single line has the number. Every single line. So it tells you where 5/8 and 11/16
yeah.
is on here.
See, he'll stand here and he'll tell me what how I always ask everybody, how was your day? And right away he goes into, oh well, this cabinet, and I don't know why they do it. They cut this thing down at 9 3/4, and it really should be 8 5 something or other. And the whole time I'm seeing butterflies. Like
You're
I'm like,
daydreaming about how to
right?
survive on an island.
I'm like, what is this man spewing? Why is he bothering me with this stuff? So I'd say to him, honey, I I don't know what you're talking about. And it sounds really, really bad. Like you had a really bad day. He goes, well, no, it wasn't that. I said, well, it sounds like it to me. So, right? So honestly, if you had a good day, can you just say, I had a good day, but do you know what happened to me? So at least I get the gist of you had a good day.
Right? That's so funny. Fractions and decimals, like
Oh yeah,
doing the
like all of it.
I'm asking Google all the time, what is 3/4 and a decimal? Because sometimes when I'm doing my creating my stuff, it's all in decimals,
Yeah.
but a lot of measure, anyway, so I have to like do that. And Google will have the nerve. Oh, well, this is how you do that. I didn't ask you how to do it. I asked you what
What
is
is it?
it? Okay. No, we're not. I'm not.
I know. And
I'm
that's the
not.
thing. That is my
I'm with you. Like if
that
I'm
is
changing my answer, it's math.
I think that's my weakest trait, if
I am
that's a
buying
trait.
you this ruler because it will help you a lot. It
Yeah.
helps me all the time because it has
Because I
every.
have this cutter. So this cutter, like this thing,
Yeah, I have the
the
same one.
whiskers, all it has is lines everywhere in between the 3 and the 4 and I don't know what those lines are. What does it tell you? And then it has a stinking nerve, okay? In the middle, I don't know where the half is because you've split it.
Okay, I literally just the other day because I had to measure something. I don't remember what it was. It was a not a half or a quarter. It was somewhere in between, and I had to take this ruler with all the and I had to put it on the cutter, and then with a marker, I
And
had to mark the little lines so I know where I was
how
cutting.
redonkulous is that? Like, there's parts of me that really wants to learn it because I'm sick of not knowing it. But then there's another part to me, like, I'm 64 years old. Do I really need to learn something else?
I'm not learning
I don't want
math.
to.
I
I'm
have
not.
I have a cheater ruler, and I will link this for all the other people who don't do math. I will link this in the description of
Yeah,
our podcast so you can get yourself a cheat. I call it my cheater ruler. It's
yeah,
exactly what I call it. This is
yeah.
my second one. The other one I used so much that the stuff was coming off, so I had to buy another one.
Yeah,
So
that's that.
cheater ruler. Okay, next.
Was that my two?
No, you
Okay,
only
let's
had
see.
one.
Um, let's see. I'm gonna uh what movies have you rewatched the most times?
Movies. Okay, Gone with the Wind.
I knew you were gonna say that.
um, the Downton Abbey movies. No, these are just movies.
Yes, just movies.
And The Coal Miner's Daughter.
Mhm.
Oh, and Julie and Julia. And the only reason that, aside from the Downton Abbey ones, Gone with the Wind and The Coal Miner's Daughter were mine and my sister's favorite movies. And every time we were together, we would watch those.
Ah,
And then
nice.
once Julie and Julia came out, that became another one of our favorites. So then we had three that every time we are together, we watch those movies together.
Nice.
So other than that, I'm a one and done kind of person.
Yeah. Uh, Let me see. First off, I right off the get-go, I'm going to say Pitch Perfect.
Okay.
All
I've
three,
never seen it.
all three of them I have watched over and over and over and over and over again.
I've
Okay?
never seen them.
I I don't know whether it's the comedy in it, the music in it, the songs that they're singing and stuff. It just attracts me. Recently, though, I have to say I've watched more than I'm going to say about 30 times is a movie called Lucy. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's on Netflix and it's about a girl that, I don't know, gets pulled aside into this world of drugs and but the stuff that they put inside her to traffic into other countries breaks open and makes her superhuman. And she sought out the foremost expert on minds and how to open up every area of your mind, and she downloaded. Oh, it's a deal. And I
Wow.
I gotta tell you, it is one of my most favorite movies, like currently, that I
Wow.
will put on just to background noise, or just like, or sometimes if I'm, you know, scrolling on my phone and there's nothing on YouTube, I'll stick that on.
A superhuman drug mule.
Yeah,
That is an
it's
interesting
actually a
concept.
really good movie.
I wrote it down. I'll have to watch it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. But Pitch Perfect. I've watched others like Devil Wears Prada. Love
Hmm.
that.
Love that
Love
movie.
The Intern. With the same girl. I can't remember her name.
Isn't it something Holloway?
I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter her name, but you know, I like her. Any movie that has what's his name in it? Why is it I can never he's my favorite.
Morgan Freeman.
Thank you. You can remember it and I can't remember it. I will watch over and over and over again any movie that has Morgan Freeman in it. I love that man.
His voice, man.
Anyway,
Anne
so that's it for
Hathaway.
me. Anne Hathaway, that's it.
Not Holloway Hathaway. Anyway, I was close.
Close.
Okay, I lost my questions. Okay. What is one bad habit you're trying to get rid of? Okay, just one.
Um, Procrastination.
Hmm.
That's a really bad habit of mine. I always think, oh, I'll go switch that wash over to the dryer, and then I'll get busy doing something, and then I'll think about it again. Oh, I got to get down there and do that, but then I don't do it, and then the next thing you know, George is like, "Are my work clothes done at 11 o'clock at night?" And I'm like, "Yep," and I run downstairs because that's what I do. I procrastinate to the point where it's like detrimental to my health. Like
Yes.
that was bedtime. Okay, 11 o'clock. I shouldn't be doing laundry at that time.
Okay,
So
but you are
yeah.
not the only one. Just so you know, um, but mine goes even beyond to where I've had to rewash clothes
Oh,
because
I have
I
done
forgot
that too.
about them in the washing machine.
Yeah, I have done
And then I
that too.
still forget. And Kenny's like, babe. And then I'm at the point, I'm like, go flip them yourself. Like, oh my God. Do you not see that I'm incapable of doing this on a timely manner? So pitch in,
Yeah.
buddy.
Yeah,
Like,
it has to be procrastination for me. I'm very bad at it. Very bad. And someone asked me one time, where do you think that stems from? And I think it stems from a life of deadline driven. My whole working career was deadline driven, and I work so much better under pressure. So that
mm,
I have that, that thing, okay, well, that's not too important. Put it off aside because I got this to do and I got, you know what I mean? So yeah, that has to be the one thing I need to work harder at for sure.
Mine is um there's a lot that goes into it, but the base of it is not staying in here from sun up to sundown. And I know that I've talked about this ever since we've been friends.
Mhm.
Every time this question comes up, this is what I say. And I am still struggling with not like because
But
okay,
see, this is
here's my reality. I don't want to do or be anywhere else, and that is my problem.
I know. And I get that. So I'm going to say, let's look at this, the flip side of this.
Okay.
Your friend here hasn't been able to be uh, on Zooms as much as we'd like, meaning me. So maybe it's those times where you have to take that, go sit in your big comfy chair, and you could still do some mind work and
I
computer work.
could, and that's the thing is, especially during the day. Oh, but he's fixing to retire. Anyway, see,
That's
now
a whole other thing.
my whole everything just changed. I'm like, oh well, hell. Um, but I get so busy doing stuff in here, whatever it is, and but I lose super track of time. Like
Yeah,
hours will go by, and I'm like, if it wasn't for my Fitbit, like telling me, hey, you need to get up and move, or you're gonna like, your butt cheeks are gonna start growing into the chair.
yeah.
Get up, move. So that is I'm trying to work life balance or just, I don't know, get up and move more, all of those things.
It's
That's
hard,
it.
eh? It is hard.
So it is so hard because I want to be in here 24/7 with my cat.
Well, most people like their happy place, right? That's the thing.
Yeah, but then this shouldn't be the only thing that makes me happy. I am married. I have kids. I have grandkids. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but
I feel like
during
I
the day
should
when
have it.
nobody's home, it gives you
But it's
purpose.
I
It gives
stay
you,
here all the time. Like I say, from sun up to sundown, like bedtime up and then go to bed. I am in
oh,
here. That is, I don't think it's not healthy. Because and the fact that I don't desire to, I mean, I say that, and I just spent a week and a half in Idaho. So
you're capable of it.
I am capable if need be. I will leave if I have to.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, but don't think for 1 second I didn't take all my work stuff with me.
Well, I know you did.
Got a lot done too. Okay, because babies just sleep. Sleep,
I
eat, and
know.
poop. What else am I
I
supposed to
know.
do? I can work and hold a baby and snuggles and do all the things. She don't know. She's sleeping.
Yeah, it's true.
So okay. Was that my two?
I don't know. I was just one.
Okay. What is one thing I don't know about you?
Oh my gosh. That
That's
you
okay.
don't know about me?
Yeah, what's one thing I don't know about you?
Oh my, I think you know it all. I can't think of anything that you don't know off the top of my head. I really can't.
Okay, well, I can't think of anything you don't know either.
Right. Like I don't know. Oh my God, that's gonna
And
haunt
the
me.
and the funny thing is if it was something I don't know, you definitely don't want the whole world to know. So I'm asking
Well,
you on a
yeah,
podcast.
great, great question, Steph. Like I'm gonna blab it on the podcast. No, but seriously, I don't think there is anything. I really don't. I think you know it all.
Okay, well, that was a
I
fast
think you
question.
do.
All right, your turn. That was my two.
Okay, we'll pick another one, seeing as how we didn't have that answer to that.
Um, I already asked that, asked that. If you could change one thing about your life instantly, like right this second, what would it be? And it can't be all the other stuff we've talked about. It has to be something different.
Okay. I think instantly I would change. I would go back to having my own house.
Oh.
And it's not because I don't like being here. It's not because I don't like what we've got going on here. But there's a lot of things I miss. I miss my own kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
There's things about, you know, running a household. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yes,
Like,
yes.
I, we try and give them as much space as we possibly can. So, quite frankly, the only thing I worry about in the house is when she cooks, I'll clean the dishes. She cleans her whole upstairs and her, like that whole domain up there is theirs, and I clean down here. But I don't, yeah, I miss being in my own,
Right.
uh,
In your own living room, in your
yes,
own
yeah,
like
yeah.
space. Yeah, I get that.
But again, I don't know that I would, if someone said, okay, well, I'll go buy you a house tomorrow, would I go? I don't know. I don't know if I would because, being here allots me a lot of uh,
Free time.
free time and money and you know what I mean? So, I think if spur of the moment, if I had to say something, it would be that. Oh, and the fact that I don't have a bathtub. We have a stand-up shower and I love bathtubs.
That's why you spend so much time in the hot tub, huh?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the heat, just soaking in it, like just being, you know what I mean? I like that. Now, the shower, yeah, it's good, quick in and out and whatever, but it's not, I like to be able to, mind you, the hot tub is only good for certain things. Like I can't
Bathe in
bathe
it.
in it, right? And I like to have, the what are they called? The pucks, the bathtub bombs and that
Oh
kind of
yeah,
stuff. I
yeah.
like all that. So I miss that. But yeah, those are the things. Those are a couple of things that I would change, maybe. And even saying that, I don't even know if I would really. It's just off the top of my
Right, off the
head.
top of your head.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll ask you. Um, this is a funny question. You're probably not even going to be able to answer it.
Okay.
What are three of your must-have apps?
Okay, not business related because there's things that I have to have. My three must-have apps. I don't know. I have to look. Isn't that crazy? Okay, must-have app is my Fitbit app. Not because not because I'm so active, but because I keep track of my sleep on that. Like that's how I
Oh,
keep track of sleep for medical purposes and stuff. So, Fitbit, Zoom, my Zoom app, and Amazon.
I thought for sure you'd say your photos.
I don't consider that an app though. They're in my phone. Like,
It's an app. It's part of the phone app.
okay, well, then
That's okay.
photos. I
Okay.
didn't think of it as an app. I just thought they were in my gallery. They just,
Yeah.
stay there. Okay.
Mine are, what are mine? Yeah. I mean, obviously to video stuff and whatever, but if I'm not picking that, it would be, I like, I have a game on there called Word Search. So I have that. I like Pinterest
Ooh, that's a good
and
one.
TikTok. I could not live without TikTok. Do you know how much I've learned watching TikTok?
It's true. It's true. Like
So
I've learned a lot using
a
TikTok.
lot,
And
so much.
the moment I'm like, no. Okay, and that's not my new way of doing
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. So
So,
yeah, that
yeah.
those are my three tops.
There you go. Okay, next.
And next, okay, this is kind of what is your least favorite chore? Cleaning
Okay,
my
I
craft room.
Okay. Well, that to me is just it's not even a chore. It's just not a thing that's ever going to happen. My least favorite chore is the
Yeah.
kitchen.
Oh,
If I never had to step foot in my kitchen, I wouldn't.
see, I love cleaning the kitchen. I love doing dishes.
Hate, hate it so much. Hate the kitchen. I don't like to cook. I don't like to clean it. None of that stuff. So
Hmm.
my least favorite chore is the kitchen. I
Yeah.
would do all the laundry, wash, dry, fold, put away before I do the kitchen.
Mhm.
I would vacuum. I would clean the toilets. I all of that before I do the kitchen. I don't know why. Maybe it's because that was my main chore when I was growing up from sunup. I'm like the whole thing, and I hate it.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
it.
Um, my least favorite chore is laundry.
See, we would do well together. It's like I'll
Figure.
do all the laundry, you
Uh,
do the kitchen.
yeah. Yeah. I don't like, I think that's because, again, the house that hubby and I sold, the laundry was on the main floor. I didn't have to go down the basement.
Oh, see, mine's upstairs,
And
but
I loved it.
everything is.
Hmm. So I don't like going to the basement. It's a nice basement, but I just don't like going down there. Okay. Another question. Um, what are some things that you shouldn't say at a funeral?
I don't know if the person's a bad person, you probably shouldn't be honest. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure
Well,
there's 1,000 things you don't say at a funeral.
yeah, I think there's a lot of things that you have to watch what you're saying, and it's a lot of things have to be too. You're looking at whose funeral is it? Now, if
Because,
it's for an older person, well, they had a good life. Well, yeah, that's true, but that doesn't lessen the fact that they're not here.
right?
To the
That's what I'm
person,
saying.
to the person who lost them. So I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't. Prime example that got said to Megan and Brad all the time. Well, at least she's not suffering anymore.
Now,
That
those kind of
sent
things,
me
yes.
off the deep end.
Those kind of things. If you don't, that's not
But people,
consoling.
no, people look. It's hard for people because they don't know what to say. But at the same time, it's
If people
you have to
haven't
think about it
if
before you.
people haven't experienced that type of loss, because there's different types of losses.
Yeah, yeah.
There's the losses that are sudden, there's the losses that you're expecting because of old age, you know what I'm saying? So even though,
Mhm,
her disease, it was inevitable, it still was sudden, like it was
mhm,
still not the same. So I think there's differences, at least for me. Um, I'm sorry for your loss. If there's anything
mhm.
I can do, those are the
Yeah,
things that I say. Because honestly, nothing I say to the person grieving is going to make 1 ounce of difference.
right.
Nothing.
100%. I agree with that.
So you make yourself available, and you are sorry for the loss, and that's it.
Mhm.
Because anything else can be hurtful, or you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
it's you just don't know. So
yeah.
I
That's all I have.
have one more.
Okay.
Have you ever gotten a speeding ticket? Have
No,
you ever gotten a ticket at all?
I got a seatbelt ticket.
I see that. I can absolutely. Oh yes, I remember
Do you
that a
remember that
whole
story?
thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was the story. Yeah, yeah. And I don't know, the cop wasn't too impressed, but care don't.
I know.
He wanted to know why I wasn't wearing it, and I go, "Oh, you really want to know?" And my husband looks over and goes, "Don't ask her that question."
Right. Don't ask.
Yeah.
That's
So he said,
awesome.
"Yeah, I want to know why." And I just went into it. I still got the ticket, but I don't care. I
And
told
you
him,
paid it and you were
I said,
done.
I don't care. Give me the ticket. Do what you want. If it makes you feel better, go ahead. He goes, well, it doesn't make me feel better. It doesn't, whatever. You know,
Ah,
Go and get me my ticket. I have a life to live here. That's
and you're not part of it.
right.
So can we please move on?
So
That's
yeah,
funny.
I've never gotten a speeding ticket. One time I thought I was going to, and I pulled over and everything, thinking, "Oh my God, what have I done?" And he whipped on by me. I went, "Oh, okay."
It wasn't you,
It
wasn't
wasn't even
me.
for me.
That's so funny. That's okay. I had a cop behind me so long one time. I was like, that's not for me. I'm not,
All right.
that's not for me. I didn't pull over for the longest.
I remember one time. So this was just as the seatbelt thing was coming out for the kids. Like you didn't even need car seats yet for my kids. You
Oh,
didn't need.
that
So
was
it
a
was
bit.
long time ago, right? Like 30 some odd years ago. And the cop pulled George over and he goes, "Hey," he goes, "you got your kids in the seatbelt?" And George looked back. He goes, "Yep." And no, Scott got on out of his seatbelt, and he goes, "Oh," he goes, "No, he must have got out of it." He goes, he goes, "Yeah, oh, he must have got out of it. Sorry," and proceeded to, "Can I go put him back in or whatever?" Right? And the cop said, "Well, I probably wouldn't have noticed, but he was in the back window waving at me."
You gotta love your kids.
Hey,
Hey.
George said, "You know what? I didn't even notice that." I said,
Whatever. What
But
do you
yeah.
do?
And then soon thereafter, seatbelts came out. It was, you had to have them, but they weren't like they are now, where they were all, it
No.
was like just a little plastic thing that sat
Yes.
and your seatbelt went through it. That was
Yes.
it.
That was it. That's what I
So,
had for the girls.
yeah. So yeah,
And then
that
the whole car seat still like
still flopped
wiggling
over.
and
I know there
wobbling
was like, what
like
good is this? But anyway,
I
it was
mean,
a
it
thing.
would keep them contained, keep them
Yes.
from flying out of a window.
Or looking up at the cop and waving as
Yeah,
they, you
right.
know.
But
So
other
yeah.
than that, I'm not sure because I look at the ones now and I'm like, this car seat is not going anywhere.
It
Like
has
it
to get
is,
it has to get bolted to the underneath of the stupid
yes.
vehicle. Some of them. I don't know. But no, I'd never gotten I don't speed. I just don't. I don't need to be anywhere in that much of a hurry.
My problem, and it is definitely a problem, is I don't like people being in front of me. I want to be,
Oh my
and
God.
it's
Like, are
not
you a
that
little princess or what?
no, it's because I get anxious about what they may or may not do that will cause me to have a wreck. So it's not that I want to be first necessarily. I just don't want people right in front of me. So I
Okay, so
will try to avoid
let's
that.
step back a little bit. You're speeding, you come upon someone who's doing the speed limit, and they're the problem.
Oh, I didn't say I was speeding necessarily.
Oh, that's what we're talking about.
Oh, a speeding
I said,
ticket.
"I
Yes.
don't speed." And you
Oh,
said,
I
"I
do.
do."
I do. To get away from people. But here's the thing, if you're in the left lane and you're not going, if you're going the speed limit, you're in the wrong lane, you move over. But we've had this thousand conversation.
Yeah.
I have had no, I have not had a speeding ticket. I've had a run a stop sign ticket
Ooh.
that I fought and I won. Because I didn't like run it. I pulled past it so I could see.
Mm-hmm.
And the cop came around the corner and saw that I was past the stop sign and gave me a ticket for running the stop sign. Sir, you could not possibly see what I did because here you stop at the stop sign, but then you can pull forward to
Yes.
get see around trees or whatever the heck is in your way. And that's what I did. And yeah, so I fought that and won. I did get a pulled over for speeding. Um, and I asked the cop questions, and then he literally gave me a ticket, came back to the car, and took my ticket. That is unheard of, but I really made him think about his life choices.
Oh my gosh.
Well, because I asked him, I was like, how did you know it was me? He's like, in this little thing, blah, blah, blah. He's like, yes, ma'am. And da da da. I was like, okay. I was like, well, how do you pick? Like, how do you pick who it is? Because I really was just curious how that works. And then he said something about he already pulled someone over and that they have to calibrate their machine after every stop. I was like, oh, and did you calibrate yours? Yes, ma'am. It's like, okay, no problem. Took my ticket and I was going to take my ticket and go. That man must have thought about it and been like, oh, maybe I didn't calibrate my. He must have thought about something I said, came back, took the ticket, told me to have a nice day.
Wow. Yeah.
And I never argued. I never got belligerent. I never said I wasn't doing
No,
it.
I would never do that to police
But
officers,
I was
but
seriously like very curious and just friendly questions. But apparently my friendly questions struck a chord and he was like, oh, maybe I won't win this one in court.
yeah.
So bye.
Bye.